Hello lovers of Westeros, I'm Ashley of Noth. Welcome to my channel. In this video we will be going over some Season 8 casting news that's been circulating online recently, and it has the potential to be pretty big. According to winteriscoming.net and other various sources, Lena Headey's body double, Rebecca Van Cleve, is making a return to Game of Thrones for Season 8. There was an article about this on winteriscoming.net, and that article states, in part, an important but undersung figure will be returning for the 8th and final season of Game of Thrones. Rebecca Van Cleve, an actress best known for standing in for Lena Headey during Cersei Lannister's infamous Walk of Shame sequence from the Season 5 finale, is coming back to Westeros. This news comes courtesy of the Twitter account for Industry Casting. And if that wasn't enough evidence, Van Cleve herself fired off a few tweets from Belfast, the Game of Thrones filming center, giving away that she was there for at least 3 days, from Tuesday to Thursday of last week. Here are the tweets. As you can see, the timestamps show Rebecca was there from February 27th through March 1st. This is pretty exciting news, but my question to you all is, what does this mean for Cersei? Obviously, Cersei will have a nude scene if Lena is using her body double, but is there more to the story? A Cersei nude scene could indicate multiple things for the story. Chief among them is a sex scene with Euron. In Season 7, Euron made it abundantly clear that he wanted to consummate his relationship with Cersei, so a sex scene wouldn't surprise me, especially since he has two good hands. We'll get back to that comment momentarily. Another thing a nude Cersei scene points to is a childbirth scene. I still haven't decided if I believe Cersei's actually pregnant. Her poignant belly rubs seemed a little rehearsed, and the timing of this pregnancy feels too convenient. It might be harder for your enemies to kill you if they think you're pregnant, because nobody wants to be known as the person that killed a pregnant woman and her baby. And a pregnancy could be used to manipulate Tyrion into betraying Daenerys, since he feels guilty about the loss of Cersei's other children, Tommen and Myrcella. Remember, Cersei guilt-tripped Tyrion heavily about how his murdering their father stripped House Lannister of its security blanket and thus made it easier for enemies to hurt them. Something else we should consider is how Maggie the Frog's prophecies play into this. Maggie told Cersei that Cersei would have 3 children, and she was very specific about that number. Considering Maggie's other prophecies have been correct, I believe her about this part of it. However, if we examine Maggie's prophecy, we can see she said nothing of how many times Cersei would be pregnant. She only said Cersei would have 3 children, meaning Cersei can get pregnant however many times she wants, but she's only going to have the 3 kids. What I think all this means is Cersei could be pregnant, and if she is, she'll miscarry. Whether or not she's nude when that happens, I couldn't say. The third thing a Cersei nude scene could indicate ties back to the two good hands comment from Euron. I'm of the opinion that Euron telling Cersei he has 2 good hands wasn't just an innuendo meant to seduce her and troll Jaime. It was a death threat. 2 good hands can be used to choke someone, and that's exactly how Maggie the Frog predicted Cersei would die. If you don't think Euron would kill Cersei, I'd remind you of this dialogue from Theon in Season 6, Episode 9. He murdered our father and would have murdered us. He'll murder you as soon as you have what he wants. If Euron would murder Daenerys, why wouldn't he murder Cersei? And as Theon pointed out, Euron has killed to ascend a throne before. In fact, this wasn't brought to the show, but in the books, Euron killed, if I remember correctly, 2 of his other older brothers, in addition to Baelon, presumably to clear a path for himself. So again, if he'd kill the Mother of Dragons, who could do a lot more than Cersei could to further his power, and if he'd kill his own family, I'm left wondering, why would Cersei be exempt? This is just my personal opinion, but quite frankly, the only way for Cersei to be relevant next season is if she's got drama with Euron. Otherwise, I don't care about her. Not with the White Walkers having breached the wall. Not with the Night King having an ice dragon. I'm starting to go off on a tangent here. Let me reel it back in, guys. There's no better drama Cersei could have with Euron than for him to kill her. But what does this have to do with Cersei being nude? Well, if Euron were to ascend the Iron Throne, he'd have to pay the Iron price for it. That's what Ironborn do. Another thing Ironborn do is make sacrifices to the drowned god. Might Euron kill Cersei by drowning her in a bathtub as tribute to the drowned god? Drowning does cause choking, and Cersei would be nude in her tub. I actually have an entire video dedicated to Euron being the Valonqar. If you haven't watched it, definitely check it out because the explanation isn't rushed and it's more in depth, and I cover some book evidence that didn't make the show that supports the conclusion that Euron is the Valonqar. So if that theory interests you, go ahead and check that video out. In any case, any of these things could happen or none of them could happen. Let me know what you think Cersei's body double will mean in Season 8 down below. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and join my Khalasar. I'm Ashley of Noth. Thanks for watching.